immaculate, bro. I'ma say it. If she would have stayed alive, she might have been on the same level, even probably more than Michael Jackson. I said it. Kill me.
Okay, Beyonce maybe. Michael Jackson, you're spazzing out.
Beyonce is not that far from Michael Jackson. It's not like miles.
Yes, she is.
No. I know you hate Texas, but we gotta admit.
It's not even about Texas.
I know you hate Texas people.
If it weren't for the actual DC R&B star A. Marie, Beyonce would be nothing.
First of all, that's a literal lie. That's a literal lie.
That's a literal fact.
That's a literal. That's a.
Style started in
that's
DC.
That's a literal lie.
And if Beyonce ain't take that style and ain't hear that master that Timbaland had, she should be nothing.
Nigga, she started performing. Bro, Destiny's Child was big like before all that whole era. Destiny's Child literally.
Yeah, Destiny's Child, not Beyonce.
Nigga, Beyonce's the main star.
Look up. Nah. It wasn't that way. Look up.
Yes,
Beyonce's
it was
music from before. Nah. Look up Beyonce's. Look up her songs before that song. Before Crazy in Love.
Bro. First of all, we don't care. Destiny's Child had over millions of views.
This was ass.
What?
This was ass.
What? Hold on. Wait.
Beyonce is a solo artist. Look up her solo songs before Crazy in Love.
Nigga, what are you talking about? She had more than a woman, single lady, girls. What are we talking about? Destiny's Child was ass? I don't think he said Destiny's Child was ass.
Hell no, Destiny's Child wasn't ass.
Nobody can say it, but
Solange is better than Beyonce.
Okay, now
Destiny's Child was not ass though.
See, now we're getting on tomfoolery. I know what he's talking about with the Miri thing, but she was working with the same producers. They all were working with the same.
That's what I said. They were working with the same producers. She stole her sound because she heard the master A. Marie had, and then she came out with Crazy in Love, which stole the DC style. That's just facts. That's factual music history.
Well, then if that's the case, then that means the people who she was working with,
Daddy would be nothing. I just say that's facts.
That's literally a lie. That's literally a lie. What are we talking about?
New Solange is better than new Beyonce. I can't lie. That's what I'm saying. Hey, yo, facts.
New Solange is better than new Beyonce. Well, because she's doing country now. And you might not like country, but she almost won a Grammy. They literally had to deny her almost winning a Grammy for being country. She didn't do any 10
years ago was better than Beyonce 10 years ago.
Okay, that's literally a lie, bro. Look, I love Solange.
No, that's literally a fact. That's literally.
I love Solange, but no, bro. Like beyond y'all, now you're just disrespecting. That's like saying Janet Jackson is better than Michael Jackson. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
What was What was 2016 Beyonce doing that was better than 2016-17 Solange?
Didn't she have Lemonade?
You think that was better than anything Solange ever put out?
I'm not saying better, but I'm saying like didn't that literally was a turn of a century,
bro.
That was literally the turn of a century right there. Like, bro, every girl was playing Lemonade, bro. Solange in the early 2000s wasn't better than Beyonce. That's what I'm saying. But I love Solange too. I don't disagree with.
I would say it's equal. But then again, I would only say the reason you could say Beyonce is better is because the sound she had was the DC style that she's.
No, you keep on. No, you're just bullshit. No, that's not facts. First of all, because she literally started. She literally started her solo career.
Look up her songs before Crazy in Love.
She literally started her. She started her career literally while still in Destiny's Child. She wasn't even trying to go solo. Like, what are we talking about? Mind you, Destiny's Child's
Look up her solo songs before Crazy in Love, nigga.
Oh my! What does that prove? Anything, bro? That nigga.
Because she stole that style, and that's what blew her up. But stealing the style.
No, it didn't, nigga. She was working with Jay-Z. What are her biggest songs?
Jay-Z didn't produce Crazy in Love. What the?
No, her first biggest songs were with Jay-Z, and when she went solo.
Crazy in Love has Jay-Z on the song.
Bro, she was doing plenty of other songs. Like, bro, you act like that was the one that blew her up, nigga.
That had the same.
Nigga,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It didn't blow her up though. Beyonce
song and her style is because they had the same producer.
No, Beyonce was already a better art, bro. She was already an established artist before she even left. Destiny, you see, not even trying to,
and that shit blew up.
No, Destiny, she was already having her solo career before Destiny's Child even broke up. She was already doing. She already had a whole solo album already planned.
Solo songs, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it wasn't none of that style.
Before Crazy in Love, do that.
Okay, but that doesn't even make it a difference because
that shit ass.
No, it's not because in the 90s everybody had the same 4-5 producers. They were all doing the New Jack Swing style. What are you talking about? Aaliyah was doing the same shit, bro. She had literally people were working with R. Kelly. Everybody that was working with R. Kelly or was working with
say anything about Aaliyah, bro.
What? I'm trying to compare the two, bro, because mind you, R. Kelly was also songwriting for people, and guess who and was doing songwriting for people, and I forgot the other guy's name, but he was doing all the producing and shit for like multiple artists during that time, and that whole New Jack Swing era was already popular.
One of them was Timbaland, but yeah,
Timbaland wasn't producing until literally the late 90s. He didn't get recognition until he started working with Aaliyah. Him and Missy didn't get recognition until they started working with Aaliyah on her third project. That's when they started.
What I'm saying is, that's my point, is that these niggas had the same producers. That's how they heard each other's masters of songs that weren't finished.
But they're from Virginia, though.
What does that even mean? They have the same producer.
But they were all in the same camp with Pharrell and them, and that's the Virginia side.
Was 03. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but mind you, she had multiple songs. Matter of fact, hold on, let's just do it, bruh. Now that we're talking about this, because the crazy, first of all, going on Beyonce like this is crazy. Like she didn't have
I'm not even gonna hate on Beyonce, bro.
Yeah, but you saying that she wouldn't be anything until Crazy in Love.
See, you're not even in the server, yo. What are you talking about?
Like, bruh, hold on. And we're excluding fucking whatchamacallit, right? Well, she had, let's see. Pretty sure Check Up On It was before Crazy in Love, and that's was Bun B and Slim Thug, which are Houston natives, and that was a banger. Didn't have that shit. Actually, hold on, we could do this. Beyonce.
Didn't say it wasn't a banger.
Yeah, but you said it was still in that style though, and that song was already blowing up on the radio.
You think that was in the style of Crazy in Love?
Nigga, it came out around the same year.
It's not the style of Crazy in Love.
But you said that's what blew her up though. Did you not just say that?
I said without that sound, she'd be nothing because she abused that sound for multiple hits of hers. Most of her hits, actually.
Beyonce reached global stardom as a front woman of Destiny Child group, dropping with smash hits third studio album Survivor. Mind you, Survivor did come out in 2001. That was crazy. So you saying Crazy in Love
Survivor
was there?
Wasn't 01.
It literally says it right here. It literally says it right here.
You acted like I don't know that Beyonce was in Destiny's Child and that they were known, bro. Like what?
No, but you're saying without that style, she wouldn't have not blown up.
Beyonce wouldn't be Beyonce without the style that she stole for Crazy in Love. Is that crazy to say?
That is crazy to say because she didn't need that. What are you talking about? Are you guys in Z server?
I'm not saying she doesn't need it to be known.
LB is not spinning. That's crazy to say. I'm just saying, like, bro, I want you to realize.
I'm standing on it.
There's no way you can stand on that. Bro, they had, mind you, this was 2001, right?
Victoria Cakes is a better performer than both of them.
All right, bro. She had hot singles like Bootylicious. She had Emotions, Survivor, all that other and mind you, this like literally right when she was about to produce her first solo project. That's like, bro, what are you talking about? They all, bro, what are we on right now? What are we on right now? She did not need, bro. Crazy in Love is not even her biggest song. It's not even one of her top. Wait, is Crazy in Love even one of her top 10 songs, bro? Hold on.
Okay. Now you're tripping. To say Crazy in Love isn't in her top 10 songs is like saying like Single Ladies isn't in her top 10 songs.
Wait, hold on. I should just be.
Nigga putting this on. You can Google.
Of all time. Hold on. Let's look at it. Okay, it is number 1. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy.
Exactly.
But single ladies.
Bro.
No.
Like it wasn't even in the top 10,
bro.
No, because you was acting like it wasn't even in the top 10. Well, guess what, nigga? It's number 1.
All right, but then literally following single ladies, Formation, Halo, Irreplaceable, Drunken Love, top on Love on Top, Cuff It, Partition, and Freedom. These are literally all. First of all, Freedom with. That's not it, but even still, bro, like the rest of these do not even sound like Crazy in Love. So what are we talking about? That's one song. You say
Love on Top doesn't sound like Crazy in Love?
No.
You're tripping. You're actually tripping.
Dangerously in Love is literally on the same album as Crazy in Love, by the way. Her debut album was diverse as fuck. It was. That's what I'm saying. All her songs, like, bro, she, like, mind you, she had the best producers of all time. Just because one song, Crazy in Love.
No, I'm not talking about her first album. I'm talking about the singles after Crazy in Love.
No, that was on the same. That
doesn't sound like Crazy in Love.
Nigga, Crazy Love was on the album.
Duh, bro. But did Love on Top not sound like Crazy in Love?
Why are you trying to divert that? No, bro. What are you talking about? It's like, bro,
it's not a diversion.
You literally just said it wasn't in the scene. No, he trolling now, bro. Bro. You just said after the single, bro. You
Love
literally
just doesn't sound like Crazy in Love.
No, nigga, answer me, bro. It's on the same album. What are we talking about? They had different sounds. You said
you didn't even ask a question.
No, I literally already said no. First of all, second of all, bro, Love
You're tripping. Then you're just tripping.
Oh no, he's trolling me. Okay, I know what he's doing, bro. Dangerous in Love is the album. Crazy in Love was a track. That's why I literally said that. It's on the same. He said the single afterwards. Like, no, it's on the same track. So that was literally, you know what I mean?
Singles, plural.
Nah, I'm done.
Not even on the same album. The singles that aren't even on Dangerously in Love.
But you just said Crazy in Love was a single after the album. That's on the album though. What? You just said that. Am I tripping?
No, I did not.
Oh my God.
I said Love on Top sounds like Crazy in Love, and the singles.
No, you said
said singles, not the single. Okay, maybe you're just like deaf. The singles, plural, after Dangerously in Love. They have the Go-Go DC style, which she stole. They just carry. And you was acting like this song wasn't even in the top 10. It's number 1, bro.
I know he said that. He's trying to rage bait me. He literally did not say. We literally caught you.
Literally clip it. I did not say that. I said singles.
You said Crazy in Love was one of the singles after the album.
No, I did not.
Ring the Alarm sounds like Go-Go. Naughty Girl, yeah, that's
Ring the Alarm sounds like Go-Go.
You just said the singles after, because I'm pretty sure that's one of her singles.
Naughty Girl does sound like Go-Go. I can't even lie.
Bro, you think a Texas artist needs to sound like a DC nigga? That's a real question. When she was literally doing
Launch is better than Beyonce.
Oh my God, bro. She was literally doing Texas draw songs with fucking Bun B and Pimp C and fucking Slim Thug and Mike Jones, bro. What are we talking about, bro? She like those
wasn't making music that sounded like Crazy in Love, no singles before Crazy in Love. That was my entire point. That's just a fact. That's why I said look up any of her singles. Do any of them sound like Crazy in Love before? No. Are there many songs that sound like that afterwards? Yes.
There's a couple songs from that one. No, not
a
one.
Couple, not a lot,
no,
bro.
It's a couple songs from that many decade.
Number 1 song, bro.
Okay, but what does that prove?
It doesn't make any sense for her to make songs that don't sound like her number 1 hit, even monetarily speaking.
She didn't have to. She literally made Single Ladies.
Man, it's a lot.
She literally made Single Ladies. That sounds nothing like Crazy in Love,
bro. You bringing up one song, bro.
Nigga, all her songs after that sound more like Single Ladies than they do Crazy in Love.
All right, that's true. That's cap.
Okay.
That's cap.
So Formation does not sound like Single Ladies.
Bro, Formation?
That's literally off the Lemonade album. So Formation doesn't sound like Single Ladies. Am I tripping now? You said every song after.
I'm just look.
No. You said every song after Crazy in Love sounds like Crazy in Love. So I said Single Ladies. That does not sound like it. Formation does not sound like that. Halo does not sound like that. Irreplaceable literally does not sound like Crazy in Love. Drunken Love don't even sound like Crazy in Love.
Wait, if Love on Top don't sound like Crazy in Love, Formation don't sound like Single Ladies. We can just both be ignorant.
It doesn't sound like
ignorant today. We could be ignorant today.
Okay, then we're gonna get ignorant. Does drunken love sound like Crazy in Love? Then
Drunken Love does not sound like Single Ladies, bro. What is we doing here? Bro?
I'm not saying it sounds like Single Ladies. I'm asking, does Drunken Love sound like Crazy in Love?
It doesn't sound like either.
Okay, then. So she can't. So she had different sounds in different eras. Deja Vu's another one.
She's doing country now. We're not disputing that.
She had maybe 2 or 3 songs that were on the same album that sound the same. Like, what are we talking about?
True,
what? Okay, we're done. I'm done. LB's trolling, bro. I'm like, bro.
How is that a troll,
bro? Crazy. Okay, I'm not. First of all, this is not to say like Crazy in Love wasn't a good song or it wasn't like a revolutionary song, but it's like, bro, it may influence maybe a couple of songs off that album, but afterwards she went to she literally started doing Single Lady. She did Formation during the Lemonade era of that time. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Irreplaceable? Did Irreplaceable and Single Ladies came on the same album?
I think you're missing the point, bro.
Okay, what's your point?
Like, to say that, look, the number one song, which you thought it wasn't even in the top 10, the number one song is Crazy in Love. Nobody is disputing that Beyonce made different songs in different eras that sound different. That's what she's supposed to do as an artist. That's the bare minimum. I'm saying without this, she would be nothing because that's how she blew up. And lo and behold, it's the number fucking one song from A Stolen Style.
So you're saying
that's just facts.
So you're saying
that's just facts.
Okay, so you're saying Crazy in Love is the reason why Beyonce
sound different. What the hell does that have to do with
wait. So you just said Crazy in Love is the reason why Beyonce blew up. So without Crazy in Love, she would not have the same career trajectory that she has now. Without Crazy in Love.
She didn't have her number one song? Hell no. If she didn't have her number one song, hell no. If Michael Jackson didn't have Billie Jean, would he have his number one trajectory? No, the answer is no. That's obvious.
So if Drake never made One Dance, he would not have been as popular as if he was
today. If Drake
today.
never had Hotline Bling, he would not have the same career trajectory.
One Dance,
that's obvious.
One Dance was literally his number one hit.
Jackson did not have Thriller. If Prince didn't have Purple Rain, they would not have the same career trajectory. That's not controversial. That's obvious, bro.
So One Dance is Drake's number one song. You telling me One Dance is the reason why Drake is No, it's One Dance. One Dance came out in 2016. It was the number one. It was on the Billboard for 10 weeks straight. It literally says right here.
Oh, God's Plan's number 2. Oh, whatever.
But are you saying without One Dance, mind you, Drake had literally multiple hits before then. But if One Dance in 2016 didn't come out,
Drake barely has any solo hits. He only has like 5.
He has 5 solo hits. You just don't like OVO. Understandable. Let's leave somebody else.
Are you asking me? No, literally, he only has like 5 solo hits.
He has 5 solo hits. Arbery, Drake, Graham. Can we watch Chris?
Oh, Drake.
So did we just forget about?
I'm bullshitting. Not solo hits. Solo number ones.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'm pretty sure he still has more than 5, but even still is kind of crazy.
Not have like a majority of Drake's hits are with like features
that are his songs though. Mind you, Drake gave Future his first number one hit, so he gave a lot of people his first number one hit. He gave a lot of people his first number one hits, by the way. I'm pretty sure about that. Also, if we're going back to Aaliyah, right? Because let's remember, right? 1 in a million. I'm pretty sure 1 in a million.
God's plan.
Hold on, let me finish my part.
My feelings hotline bling.
Let me finish my point real quick. What Aaliyah's biggest hit to date, right? I'm pretty sure it was 1 in a million. But one of her most popular songs of all time is Rock the Boat. So I'm confused on to how, like, you know what I'm saying? If she would have made, if she didn't, like, like what we talking about, bro? Like, bro, they could make it, you could have a number 1 hit, but you could still be way bigger before you even have that number 1 hit. That doesn't make you any better or any worse. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Like, you could have a number 1 hit and still be ass. What I'm saying is,
okay,
like, Aaliyah would be up there with, like, Beyonce. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, why you say, bro, why you acting like that's crazy to say that you have a number 1 and still be
because
ass?
you said Beyonce would have not been anything if it wasn't for Crazy in Love.
Monkey was at number 1.
You said what?
Dance Monkey was at number 1. You listened to that, bro? You think that's valid?
Well, that's not the same. No, because you literally
yeah, I know.
I mean, I only ever heard that song recently because you was there when I first heard it. But that's
you've never heard that song. You're capping.
I'm dead ass. I literally, like, when we reacted to the song, I literally said that was the first time I ever heard that song ever.
Wow, you must have been like under rocking like 2016. I don't remember.
You said no one knew who that Dance Monkey lady is before that. Or was, and that's true. That's but I'm pretty sure she also had a big hit before that too, right? So I'm like, what is Dance Monkey? Is that Dance Monkey? Dan. Beyonce on the other hand, it's that one. But that's what I'm saying. But you literally said without Crazy in Love, Beyonce would have not been like she wouldn't like, in your words, right? You said she would not have been as big as she is now. Without Crazy,
I said she would be nothing, but yeah, I was exaggerating.
I mean, okay, so
she was already known. She was already known beforehand. Like, obviously, Destiny's Child, and I like even I would give it as, I got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Even after Crazy in Love, she was making hits after that. Like, we agree with that.
But you said she would have not been anywhere without. So you say
it wouldn't have been the same career trajectory without her number 1 song, as is the case for literally every artist on the planet.
But she had multiple number 1 hits. Like, if she didn't have Crazy in Love, she still would be as popular, if not even more popular, without Crazy in Love.
Okay, you're tripping.
I'm tripping for saying that.
Without Crazy in Love, she would be more popular. You're smoking crack. What do you mean without her number 1 song ever, she would
I'm saying she didn't need Crazy in Love is what I'm saying. She doesn't need it.
But more? I'm not saying that either, but more?
I'm not, okay, maybe not more. I wouldn't know, because that would be something that that would be immeasurable. But like, if you take Crazy in Love out and still gave her all her rest of her hits, it's still gonna be the same. Like, I'm confused.
It's definitely not gonna be the same.
Nigga, the Lemonade album, if the Lemonade album still came out,
it's gonna be all the hits. It's gonna be all the other hits minus her number 1 song, which is Crazy in Love. It's not gonna be
okay, then it would be Irreplaceable. Irreplaceable was just as big as Crazy in Love. What are we talking about? Everybody was singing to the box to the left. That was literally one of the biggest songs that year.
I was definitely not singing that shit.
Well, nigga, you're not a lady, so you not, like, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else was singing.
I don't know, bro. I could call up a lady right now. I don't know if that's the case, bro.
Nigga, they will say everybody was listening to Irreplaceable, bro. Mind you, she was in a movie during that year too. I'm pretty sure with Idris Elba, so she still would have had the same popularity regardless. Baby Boy went number 1.
Definitely not the same.
Dangerous was a full hit. Yeah, that's another one. You say Irreplaceable spent longer than Crazy in Love on the charts. Wait, is that true? Because if that's true, then that's actually that's even more crazy. And had access to any producer she wanted, you would have cooked another hit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If she
basically had the same producers. It was only like a couple producers that were getting paid producer money. So like, I mean, I agree.
Wait, who produced Crazy in Love? Because we start acting like Like I'm not saying like Crazy in Love was a I would say Crazy in Love was a moment because when Crazy in Love came out, that was literally like that was her debut single, right? I'm pretty sure that was her debut single for her solo career.
It was Rich Harrison.
I don't know who the fuck Rich Harrison is, but
bro, you heard?
Nigga, I don't know. Like, bro,
he was the same nigga that produced
oh, he did one thing. Oh, okay. Okay.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though.
Okay, but that's one. Okay, so that's one producer, though.
No, this is the master Beyonce heard. Is the thing. Like, that's a basic fact of music history. And then Crazy in Love was made. Her number one song to this day.
I guarantee you, if she never made Crazy in Love with Jay-Z, as her, like, if she came out with another debut single, I'm pretty sure she would be equally still the same irrelevance. In right now, I like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to disrespect Crazy in Love because I think Crazy in Love is also a great song, but like, so why are we ignoring Crazy?
Song, like, I don't know why we're just not like acknowledging this is their number one song to this day.
You said Crazy in Love and Baby Boy were on the same album, and Baby Boy literally did better numbers wise. She never
it was just hype. What do you mean it was just hype? Like we said, you could have a number one and be ass, but this is her number one song ever.
Wait.
Yeah, I thought it was Rich Harrison or Timbaland. It was Rich Harrison that produced it.
Oh, she's not wrong. Crazy in Love was number one for 8 weeks, and Baby Boy with Sean Paul was on there for 9 weeks. Check up on it with Slim Thug was on there for 5 weeks. Irreplaceable was on there for 10 weeks, number one. Like I was saying, you said nobody really cared. Single Ladies, 4 weeks, number one. Perfect. Never.
Wait, when did I say nobody cared about Irreplaceable?
You literally just said I'll call up somebody right now. They weren't singing Irreplaceable. You just said that.
Bro, you can have number one. So many niggas are singing that shit.
Yeah, but we're talking about as far as they last
niggas are singing Iceman right now. You think
yes,
niggas across the globe singing Iceman?
Yeah, they are singing Iceman. You know that because they literally troll on that man. But bro, Irreplaceable literally spent 10 weeks on the number one Billboard in 2006
without a gun to their mouth and a threatening to their lives. Like, our niggas bumping Iceman and singing that shit. Oh my god.
Well, okay, but the argument still said so. If you take Crazy in Love out, she still has Baby Boy. That lasted 1 week longer than Crazy in Love. I think she still would have been good. Literally, nothing would have changed. If anything, Crazy in Love just exists.
Okay, they'll be good. But then again, half of these songs didn't even exist when Crazy in Love came out. Like, this is also
Baby Boy literally came out the same year. They both came out 2003. They're on the same.
I'm not talking about Baby Boy.
I'm saying, but you say without Crazy in Love specifically, nothing else would have mattered.
Irreplaceable, Single Ladies, Perfect, Established. None of these songs existed when Crazy in Love came out.
But Baby Boy did though.
So.
What?
That's half her discography gone.
Half her discography? What? Nigga, what? Nah. See, I'm saying, so if we take Crazy in Love out and just have Baby Boy as her number one hit, another one of her songs from that album would have just been another number one hit. This lasted longer than Crazy in Love. So I'm saying, like, if you take Crazy in Love out, nothing changes. Nothing changes.
Well, Baby Boy, even though it lasted at number one that long, it's not her biggest song. Crazy in Love still is.
It lasted on it. Niggas was like listening to it, the album, listen to that song literally more than Crazy in Love. Can't compare Iceman being number one. That's true, but like even still, but like
because Iceman is ass. That's
what we're not talking about that though. Iceman is ass. But we're not talking, bro. I'm saying if
nobody's singing Habibti because that shit is
all right. See, he just taking slice at Drake now. You said Me, Myself, and I on the same album.
Number one.
The label would have just pushed that song and any another from the album as the least. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell him, bro. I'm saying, like, if you take Crazy in Love out, you still have Me and Myself and I and on and I and yeah, and then you still have fucking like Baby Boy. They just would have pushed another 2 singles. Like it was just one of the singles that hit first. Like this was her debut music, not on her debut song, I think, but it was just her debut song and her debut music video as a solo artist during the time Destiny Child literally just broke up. So this was like, if anything, this just amassed a lot of hype.
But we're doing what ifs now.
It's not a what if. That's literally what happened. That's literally what happened.
What push though. Ayo's literally saying, well, if this was gone, the label would push this more. But we know the song the label pushed the most, and it just so happens to be her number one song to this very day. We can't do what ifs. Like
they're Baby Boy and Crazy Love are most likely equal in this case if this chart is correct. So I'm saying if you take Crazy in Love out, like bro, mind you, I'm setting a scenario right in 2003, right after Destiny Child literally. The Destiny Child literally broke up as a band, right?
Wait.
Oh my God, he's not gonna let me explain, bro.
Time out. This nigga Nick, we got this nigga Nick to almost stream for an hour longer. This is crazy.
Yeah, because this got me heated, bro. Because you said she needed no, fuck that, bro. Anyway, literally, Destiny Child literally broke up literally the year before that shit. They needed a single to push for her new album. Her album was already done. So they said, oh wait, you're going out with Jay-Z. How about
she already had singles beforehand. Before that.
All right, y'all ready for Everybody Hate Chris, bro? All right, bro.
Why ain't those blow up? Why ain't those blow up?
Nigga.
Oh, all right then.
What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
If the group just broke up, and she already had solo songs beforehand, why didn't they push those other songs or even the other solo songs?
Because she was going out with Jay-Z. He was the biggest thing. They needed him for the music video. That's why they made Crazy in Love. That's literally why they made Crazy in Love, because they saw Jay-Z was the biggest artist at the time. They said, okay, well, Beyonce just had a falling out with her group.
Jay-Z was not the biggest artist at the time.
He wasn't the biggest artist in 2003.
No.
Hold on, let me see.
You good, bro?
50 Cent. Okay, 50 Cent was, but Jay-Z also was just dropped a Black album.
I did.
He literally says right here he's one of the biggest artists.
You didn't say one of.
Okay, so now we're going by semantics now. Okay, he was one of the biggest artists. All right, he was at least one of the biggest artists. My bad. Sorry. He wasn't the biggest artist, but it was one of the biggest artists who was still culturally known as one of the best rappers in the game at the time in 2003 after releasing the Black album. Regardless, the rumors
she recorded for Crazy in Love before Jay-Z hopped on the song. Jay-Z was a feature.
Nigga, they just started going out at this time. That was literally one of the tabloids
and then he hopped on the single before he got published.
No, they were already doing something. Didn't they do Bonnie and Clyde? Didn't they do 03 Bonnie and Clyde around that same year? Was that literally before Crazy in Love? What are we? Nah, bro.
I'm not talking about Bonnie and Clyde. I'm talking about Crazy in Love.
It came out
Beyonce recorded for the song Crazy in Love, not Bonnie and Clyde, for the song Crazy in Love before Jay-Z hopped on it. Jay-Z hopped on it as a feature.
Jay-Z hopped on Bonnie and Clyde as a feature too. I'm pretty sure, right? No, wait, that was his song. Never mind. Beyonce hopped on his song. Weren't they doing a song exchange? They were doing songs with each other because they were going out.
Yeah, Jay-Z hopped on Crazy in Love as a feature, right?
Also, Beyonce's solo singles before Crazy in Love were from the movie soundtrack. Okay, so yeah, they were from a movie sound. Wait, what movie was that? What movie was that? What movie was that?
Bro, they were on. Bro, Destiny Child was also on Proud Family too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but that was just the intro, and that was Solange. That was Solange. Solange did the song. They just hop up. No, it was Solange. I
thought they had I thought they had like a episode or two about them. It was either them or Alicia Keys or one of them.
Yeah, I don't remember that. It might have been Alicia Keys. said Beyonce literally did a remix of 50 songs back then, and 50 made or a 50 song back then, and then 50 made her delete it because it was doing better than his track. Gold member. Oh yeah, it was Austin Powers. Yeah, she was in Austin Powers. I remember that. Yeah, it was Austin Powers. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it was Austin Powers.
That is true.
Even still though, right? Even still though, Beyonce debut first single, right? In a freshly new relationship, because when Beyonce and Jay-Z were announced to be in a relationship, right? That was some of the biggest news that came out during that time. So they said her label literally said, okay, well, we got to push this music video. We're going to have Jay-Z in the music video because that's your boyfriend, so we can maximize on sales. That's the reason why they made Crazy. That's why Crazy Love music video came out.
Why couldn't Jay-Z hop on any other song that Beyonce already recorded? Why'd it have to be Crazy Love?
I don't know, nigga. That's probably one of the first songs they recorded. I don't know their recording process.
No, remember, Beyonce recorded Crazy Love. She recorded her other songs. Jay-Z hopped on as a feature.
I'm pretty sure
Why didn't Jay-Z hop on any of the other songs? Why didn't she hop on like Beyonce's like song before, for example, like as a remix, like her other solo songs?
Because it was a part of a movie track. He just said that. He wasn't on Austin Powers. She was literally a main lead in the Austin Powers movie.
Not all her solo songs were for movies.
You want to hear Jay-Z on Me and Myself and I? Nobody wants to hear that. Also, it's like, bro, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, hold on. Cece's cooking. This is what I'm pointing you to. Isn't it very much possible that the song that Beyonce likes is also the song that she wanted Jay-Z to hop on? The one that she thinks will do good because she likes the song, maybe because she stole the style from the master of the same style of the song she heard from the same producer. Now, this is already documented, but you don't think just optically that makes sense? This nigga is typing up this Beyonce Crazy as well. My nigga. Are we like the new hood research department?
I don't know. There's no arguing with this man, bro.
All right, bro.
Baby Boy was Sean Paul.
Look, me and Cece don't even agree with me, and that's the first thing she pointed out.
He just hate Beyonce.
Jay-Z is not hopping on Me and Myself and I. Jay-Z is not hopping on any of those.
The song is literally called Me and Myself. Why would she have a feature on that? It's literally called Me and Myself and I. Why would she be a feature on that?
Guess what? Jay-Z didn't do? Hop on the other singles that she had as a solo artist.
Listen, but we're gonna use that, right?
Exactly.
No. So Crazy in Love, two people who just got announced to be literally going out. Would it not make sense to have a song called Crazy in Love about two people? How does that make any sense? Like, of course, that would be a reason why you hop on a song. They're both crazy in love with each other. These are two big artists that come together that just got into a fresh relationship. Why? That's literally a leg up. What are we talking about? Because if that's actually the case, he would have put Jay-Z on Baby Boy, since it lasted literally longer than Crazy in Love. The song was literally about their relationship.
To be honest, Baby Boy could also, in the concept of like the song, could also have Jay-Z on it.
I just
why didn't it?
Because it's Sean Paul. It's a different song. It's more Caribbean vibe. Nigga, you Jamaican, you should know that. It's Sean Paul Jamaican, bro. What are you talking about? You know the Caribbean songs.
Jay-Z and Diddy had fake Caribbean songs. Robert Kelly had fake Caribbean songs.
Yeah, why would she want
so why didn't he hop on Baby Boy? So why did he hop on Baby Boy?
Nigga, you act like I know. I didn't produce the song, nigga. Like, I'm just
bro, it's simple.
First of all,
Beyonce wants him to.
No,
why first of all, Beyonce want him to? She likes the song. She thinks is a good fit for Jay-Z. Even the concept of the song, like you said, Jay-Z could fit into it.
Okay, but
you know who also has the same concept in the song, in the same style of the song, almost one to one? One Thing.
What?
Is it a coincidence that they were made by the same producer and Beyonce heard the master of One Thing?
What? But
What? No, it makes perfect sense.
No, that
Jay-Z's not hopping on Me, Myself, and I. He's not hopping on Baby Boy.
Those are two different. Okay, never mind. Now
they're different. Now they're different.
They were always different. What?
Now they're different.
What is literally like what is literally a dance Caribbean song? You're not gonna put Jay-Z on a dance type of song like that. And Crazy
was on it.
Nigga, Sean Paul was one of the biggest, bro. He was one of the biggest artists at that time with that style.
Jay-Z was on an African bongo beat. This thing was on like trash Diddy beats. Why wouldn't Jay-Z be on another trash fake Caribbean beat?
Because they already had Sean Paul. I'm pretty sure Sean Paul and Beyonce were on the same label.
What does Sean Paul have to do with this?
He's the one that's on the song.
He is on the song. What does he have to do with it though?
Because
what does he have to do with why Jay-Z isn't?
Nigga, because she needed another feat. Bro, why does, first of all, Jay-Z can be in one feat, bro. They use their what I'm saying is they use their relationship as leverage to maximize sales. Jay-Z doesn't need to be on every other song. He said, what does Beyonce allegedly stealing a one thing sound have to do with Jay-Z?
Isn't a uniquely written song by Beyonce. She has like 80 versions of the type of concept of Crazy in Love.
That's not
why this song.
He pulling at the strings, bro. I'm literally. Did you not hear what I just said, bro? Beyonce and Jay-Z just became a couple, so why they maximized the label probably told her, okay, well, we already had, because first of all, I don't know if the song was probably already pre-written for them too anyway. I don't think he just hopped on a song. I'm pretty sure they already had, because they already had that concept with Bonnie and Clyde anyway. I'm pretty sure that was a concept they both wanted to have, so I'm pretty sure they used just Crazy in Love as a starting point. So I think that was the first single. They were like, you know what, we're gonna have y'all two on here, y'all a fresh new couple, you know what I'm saying, like y'all big in the media right now. We're gonna maximize on Beyonce's sales along with Jay-Z sales, because they both released albums that same year. So they have 03 Bonnie and Clyde for Jay-Z, and they had Crazy in Love for Beyonce. So we're gonna maximize.
Jay-Z could have been on 80% of the solo songs of Beyonce's
album. He couldn't though.
Why this song?
He couldn't do it. He wouldn't. No, he wouldn't, bro.
He couldn't do it.
No, there would be. What would be the?
Do you have to go through the track list?
He said, "What is your point?" Okay, they want to know what's your point, LB. What is your point?
I already gave my point. It was the point that Nick disagreed with in the beginning. This is music history, basic music history. They have Amory and Beyonce had the same producer. Is it just a coincidence that her number one song to this very day is a carbon copy of one thing, not only in the concept of lyrics and what the song is, but in the DC Go-Go style? No, it isn't, because her master was already heard by Beyonce before she started even making Crazy in Love.
Okay, so let me ask.
And look.
No. Let me ask you this though. Because hold on. Hold on. Let me call you this. Let me ask you this though. Because mind you, that's not the only song that was written for a lot of artists. Mind you, there's a woman named Ashanti who also wrote.
I'm not talking about it being written, bro.
That's not what I'm. Hear what I'm saying, bro. They have. It was probably, mind you, because wasn't one thing supposed to be a reference track? Am I not mistaken, y'all? Wasn't one thing supposed to be a reference track? There's a lot of artists that have reference tracks, and she decided to. Did she decide? We watched this, by the way. She decided to release this on her own merit. I'm pretty sure. But like Ashanti's another person who has also written and did reference tracks for big artists like Beyonce and J-Lo. So she has the Murder Inc. style, which I'm pretty sure that's from what are they from? Detroit or some shit? I don't even remember. But even still, would you say that Beyonce also stole that sound from Murder Inc. and them, because she had maybe one song from the same person like that? Like no, you're not doing that.
The same way Drake still sounds. Yes, I would be consistent and say that. Drake had reference tracks wrote for him. He had music concepts wrote for him. Song concepts wrote for him. All the way up until 2 years ago. Yes, I would say the exact same thing.
Those are different. Drake literally just went one by one.
Give Lil Yachty's credit. Give Amerie's credit. Give Party Next Door the credit.
One thing came out in 2005. Oh. So? But you saying Crazy in Love was So wait, so you're saying, but didn't you just say Crazy in Love? Crazy in Love came out in 03.
Didn't come out until 2 years, like not 2 years. I think it was like 4 years after the song was finished.
He said 05. So how do you still?
The song came out in 05. The master was with the producer.
One Thing is literally New Orleans funk influenced. Oh,
okay. Now you're just capping.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Amerie literally said herself it's a DC Go-Go style influenced. Now we're just lying. How did Beyonce copy the song that wasn't out? It's almost like the producer that made both songs worked with both Beyonce on Crazy in Love and Amerie on One Thing. Isn't that crazy? It's almost like Rich Harrison produced both songs and shared the master. And just like Nick said, there's a bunch of artists that create a bunch of reference tracks for a bunch of other artists. Ashanti is also a good example. Aaliyah is a good example. But for Beyonce, I guess it magically doesn't work. She just pulls them out of thin air.
Amerie 2005 hit One Thing was inspired by a conversation she had with her producer, Rich Harrison, about the complexities of romantic relationships. So specifically, it was drawn from the idea. Okay, what nigga? That's not what I need. Oh, no, she's right. It was LB's right. It was Washington DC Go-Go. That's what it says right
Thank
here.
You. I'm not an idiot. It's basic music history, bro.
I think they were inspired by both. Wait, hold on. So the song, drum-driven backbone is built around a sample of a 1970 song, Calcutta, by a funk band by Beaters.
And most of Amerie's discography is go-go style, by the way. And Rich Harrison did produce a lot of those songs, and Timbaland.
You said the reference track for One Thing was New Orleans funk. Wait, did I just read that? I don't know. One Thing was 2005. Crazy in Love was 2003. I think though.
That's never released. Oh my god, bro! Literally, I am a prime example of somebody who can release a song 5 years after I said it would come. Mega Bleach 2, bro. All those songs are almost like 4 years, like prior to my release of them.
Her album prior isn't really go-go though. I don't know much about Amerie like that, so I can't really.
All I have is mostly go-go. Yes, it is. Literally the second song. Why Don't We Fall in Love is go-go style. What are we doing here?
I did say though it would make sense though if she released it in 2005 and maybe like there could be a possibility that she
That's
did.
why UK people can't be in these conversations, bro. I'm sorry.
There is a possibility that maybe the song was maybe shopped around before, because that's what they did. A lot of that in the they do a lot of that in the music industry anyway. So maybe it got shopped around and maybe somebody had it and then maybe took some references off of it and then she
the producer had it. That's the point. The producer had it. We know for a fact the producer.
But that's more on the that's more on the label though.
The master before it was released. That's just a fact.
All I have is literally just R&B. Hold on. Anne-Marie Mole. I'm a big fan of it. I'm not saying that's true. Ayo is literally a historian buff. I ain't gonna lie. Okay.
Me and Ayo could go music history, bro.
What's her album? What's her album called? Her first one?
Her first one? Her first one is All I Have.
Touch. All I Have. Hold on. Wait, this debuted in July 30th, 2002 by Columbia Records.
Yeah.
What? One Thing is not even on here.
LB.
Oh, never mind. Wait, what?
One Thing is on her second album. That's what I'm saying. But
no, never mind. One Thing is on here.
Style for the exact same reason.
It's widely misattributed to her debut, but it's actually the lead single for her 2005 follow-up album Touch. Oh, okay. Then why did they put that on there then? What the fuck? What? Man.
Because they're stupid. I don't know.
Is
this Go-Go LB?
Hold on, let me play it. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I don't know what Go-Go is supposed to sound like, so this is a This is a whatchamacallit thing. I like that we could have these music dialogues. It's just the producers. I mean, that is true because like producers do shop around sounds for artists. So like maybe you could get different sounds for it. I could understand that. But to say that Beyonce, to apply that to Beyonce is kind of crazy though. Because it's like you took one sound when she's actually more known for the more for the pop sound anyway. From
nah, bro.
She is.
The number one song ever that she ever had is still this song, bro.
I don't care about the number one song, bro.
You can't take that away from
nigga. Bro, so okay, so by that instance, that means that like fucking whatchamacallit. Damn, I just had this man name in my head. Fucking Lil Nas X would be his number one. His country song. His like, what are we talking about? No, that's not the same. Like, bro, like what we no. He literally
without Old Town Road. You think Lil Nas X would have the same career trajectory?
It was one genre and that was already being overplayed and literally switched to a whole different genre. And all his biggest songs.
That's not what I asked.
He literally had one country song. That's it. That was Old Town Road. That was based off of a gimmick.
I'll ask it again, bro. Without that song, without Old Town Road, his number one song ever, do you think that he would have the exact same career trajectory?
I'm pretty sure he would have just found another gimmick to be popular off of. Because
maybe. That's not my question. So do you think he would have the exact same career trajectory?
Obviously not the exact same. He probably would have had a different one. He probably
because that's obviously not. Thank you.
Okay, but what I'm saying. What does that have to do with Beyonce though? Beyonce doesn't need Crazy in Love.
Every artist. Because that goes for every artist ever.
That doesn't what?
Without their number one song, they would have the career trajectory that they have minus that song.
But what if they have multiple number one hits?
Their career in a certain direction.
What if they have multiple number one hits though? That are in different genres.
The same thing goes for Drake. The same thing goes for Michael Jackson.
Okay, so that means you can cancel out one of them if the other one. So that means she doesn't need one or the other.
They would have their entire discography minus their biggest song ever.
So nothing would have changed.
It would have changed. What do you mean?
No, you would. Song ever. I just said if they had multiple number one hits. That means if you take one of those hits out, their discography would not have changed. Their trajectory would not have changed if they came out the same year.
It would have changed.
How is it going to change though?
Discography, because it would have been their entire discography minus their biggest song ever. That's why. That's a change.
You said stop comparing niggas who are oh yeah, because true, because
Beyonce Lil Nas X didn't have Old Town Road. What?
But Lil Nas X. But that's a good point though. Beyonce was already an established name before Crazy in Love. Lil Nas X literally blew up because of Old Town Road. That's an artist that is already established versus an artist that just came up.
Actually, Lil Nas X was known in Old Town Road. He just wasn't mainstream until Old Town Road.
Bro, barely anybody knew that one song that he had, bro. I'm talking like, what are we talking about?
That's not true, bro. Lil Nas X had he was like a UG nigga, like to be honest, like
oh my god,
he was like a SoundCloud nigga. And then he blew up off of Old Town Road.
Lil Nas was a Nicki stan on Twitter. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he blew up. He had some. He was a Nicki stan a Nicki stan account before he ran
a Nicki stan account.
He ran a Nicki stan account. Number one doesn't make you successful. Drake was already successful before What My Name with Rihanna. That's true.
I'm not talking about niggas being successful. Niggas would already say before, like in 2002, niggas would have already said that Destiny's Child and Beyonce by proxy was successful. It's not what niggas are talking about, bro.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So if her first debut album didn't come out with any of those songs, and she started with Irreplaceable, she wouldn't be at the same level now. Yeah. So if you take out those songs and they just replace it, and we move every other album back like a year or two, so she would have had Irreplaceable, right? Which would came out
every other song. What do you mean? Every other song on the 2003 album?
No, you take the 2003 album out and you gave the other album that she had in 2006 back into 2003. That album would that have changed? Would you see her career being different? What I'm asking.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be worse than her biggest song ever. That'd be a couple of her biggest songs ever. Yeah, if they were gone, then yeah, that'd be a change in trajectory for her career. What the fuck? That's obvious.
But there was only one song. There was only 2 songs that were up there though.
Beyonce only had 2 songs on her 2003 album that were up there.
Yes, we literally just saw it, right? Which was the 2 that you said that Jay-Z could be on either of them.
That was her top 10, and I'm talking about the songs on the 2003 album. If we take away all of those, except for Irreplaceable, then yeah, it's gonna be a big change because those are some of her biggest songs.
But she literally had way bigger songs. That was after that. Is what I'm saying.
Bigger songs. Okay, that's still some of her biggest songs.
Would
you rather have a bigger outreach as an artist with your songs?
No, you're not. So you're not hearing what I'm saying. So you take off Baby Boy and Crazy in Love. You're still left with Lemonade, the whole Lemonade album, the Irreplaceable, all the other.
We were talking about the Dangerously in Love album. I thought you were talking about take all off the 2003 album and then take the 2006 album and place it in 2003.
Yes, that's literally what I just said.
Okay, then. Yeah, you're taking away some of her biggest songs ever. Yeah,
but there's only
matter if she has bigger songs.
But if those were also just as big that lasted longer on the top 10 list, would it really make that much of a difference?
Would you rather have a bigger outreach of big songs as an artist or smaller?
I'm saying like it wouldn't be a
change. It's going to be a change either way. Like,
no, she still would have. She still would have the same outreach. She still would have the same outreach. Is what I'm saying. It wouldn't matter.
She wouldn't have.
Yes, she would.
As soon as you're saying take something away, she's not having
got us
that
all
reach.
tight.
Reach those songs gave her away.
No, she would work with different artists. I mean, different producers. She still would have the biggest songs no matter what. All I'm saying, it wouldn't matter.
Dr. Seuss Beyonce remix. Like, what are we're just saying?
No, because it wouldn't matter. Like I'm saying, like she can make a hit during any era, during any time. So like even if you take that one album away, if that album got shelved, she would have made it just another big album. We literally see she has multiple big hits. That's what I'm saying. It's not even what if it literally happened.
That literally is a what if. I didn't actually time travel and stop Beyonce from making her 2003 album.
Baby Boy did better.
Took her 2006 album and then inserted it into 2003. That never happened.
I'm not okay.
That's a what if.
Okay,
we're not talking about.
I'm saying if you can literally, she has no. There is literally any era she's in, she can make a hit. It doesn't matter what the era is. Doesn't matter what time it is. It wouldn't matter. She just knows how to make hits. She's been making hits for Destiny Child for over 10 plus years already. She didn't. If she went solo any of those years, she still would have been big. She still would have had the same trajectory. That's just what I'm saying.
Congratulations. They did their job. That doesn't mean that they're going to do the exact same job if you remove some of their biggest songs.
Okay,
ever.
it may not be. Okay, in this timeline, she wouldn't have the same one. But
congratulations, they did the bare minimum.
Okay, in this timeline, they wouldn't have the exact same the exact same thing that would happen. But I'm saying,
talking about what already happened.
Nigga, it doesn't matter. I'm saying it doesn't matter what era she was in. She still could make a hit.
Nas and Michael Jackson, and it could have been a #1 song of all time in the world. A lot of things could be possible.
This like saying any artist wouldn't be them without their #1 hit.
Me and AO could have time traveled and made Single Ladies, but we're talking about what already happened.
No, you couldn't. You wouldn't have make the same one. I'm saying like it doesn't matter what.
We could have access to a time machine. We could go back in time. We could insert the 2006 album into the 2003
Okay, so you're not
album.
okay. So you're not understanding what I'm saying because
me and AO could make Single Ladies. That doesn't change anything. We're talking about what did happen.
No, because what you're doing is denigrating her whole discography off of one song, bro. Because she quote unquote stole a style apparently off of one song. That's what you just said. You literally just said Crazy in Love.
I'm saying something.
We're just arguing in circles. It doesn't even matter anymore.
Degrading her style.
We're just arguing in circles at this point. I don't care no more. You guys would not know what to do with that Single Ladies beat. Relax.
Yeah, would kill Single Ladies.
No, y'all wouldn't. Y'all are literally not ladies. Y'all are not women. Y'all do not know women's plights, bro. Stop it, bro.
That would be why it would blow up, bro. It's a marketing push, right?
That's not the same. You're literally just. Oh my god.
Me and AO would murder the Single Ladies beat, and because we're not ladies, that would be a nice push, right?
The Single Ladies beat is bonkers. It's bonkers. Bro, I'm just saying, like, bro, you're saying that Crazy in Love is the de facto thing that made Beyonce, when in reality it's just not. That's just not true.
All I said was that it was her biggest song ever, which is factually true.
You said that. You said without. No, you literally just said "Crazy in Love" would have been like, bro. You literally just said that. How you gonna just backtrack?
I said without that she wouldn't have the same career trajectory, and that's obvious because it's her biggest song ever.
Okay, in this timeline, sure, I guess the exact in this exact timeline would happen. But if you replace "Crazy in Love" with "Big Boy," it would have been a different trajectory. But we wouldn't know whether she would have been bigger or not. It wouldn't matter, bro. I'm just saying, like it would, like, bro. I'm saying any one of her songs would have made her as big or as less big as known. Either way, she was already a household name before 2001. That's all I'm saying. So it doesn't matter what song it was, bro.
I know Texas artists are a soft spot for you, but I'm saying something that's
true.
It
doesn't matter
for any artist. For any artist, not just her, for any artist, Texan or not, if you remove their biggest songs ever, they will not have the same career trajectory.
Is not her biggest song ever?
Minus their biggest song ever. And the reason why niggas aren't responding to that is because they know that's true. That's obvious.
He's been shifting the goalpost this whole argument.
Where was the goalpost shift? Tell me.
I'm thirsty. My throat hurts. It depends on when the biggest single came out. Look, Halo is her biggest song ever. All I'm saying is it wouldn't matter. Like, I'm saying, like, it's not even disrespect to Crazy in Love. It's just the fact that you could choose any songs from that album. It would have made Beyonce still would have been big regardless. Like, her trajectory change in her life, I guess, would be different because then we're just talking about different timeline on some fucking Back to the Future shit. But I'm saying, like,
you brought up the trajectory, bro. That's all.
No, nigga, you brought it up. I never brought up the trajectory. You said that was.
You literally asked me the question, and I said no, they wouldn't have the same trajectory. You asked me that question. You brought up trajectory.
I did not bring up trajectory. I swear to God, I did not. You're the one who said trajectory. I never said that.
Say Nevada. No, say Nevada.
Nevada's already saved. I've never said trajectory. You were the one who said that. If she wasn't known prior to the Crazy in Love, I would get it. But niggas knew her already. People were anticipating new Beyonce regardless.
Michael Jackson was known 20 years before Billie Jean. That's not, or Thriller. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. But
okay, at least admit the fact that you literally said without Crazy in Love, Beyonce would not have been as big as she is now. That's what you're saying.
They wouldn't have had the same trajectory. It would literally be like mathematically, it's impossible for you to say it would be the same. It would be their discography, their entire discography, minus their biggest song. That is a really important thing. I'm sorry for pretending like it's not.
You literally said she needed Crazy in Love and stole DC style.
That's a fact that she stole it. I didn't say she needed it.
That's what it seemed like you were saying, bro.
It's the fact that she stole it. She was Swiper the Fox. I mean, that's just a fact.
Mike had the Jackson 5.
She needed it.
He was a celebrity before 10. See, here he goes talking about trajectory. He asking a yes or no question. Hey, man. We just arguing in circles. We're never going to agree, bro. I'm not. This, mind you, this not even.
I ain't gonna lie. It is hitting the wall.
I'm not even. We could take the Beyonce fanness out of it. I'm just saying, like, bro, it at that time it just makes sense why if like, okay, on some real shit. I'm gonna say this on some real shit. If she wasn't dating Jay-Z, is Crazy in Love the same? Did she need a Crazy in Love? No. If she was single, then she would just have Baby Boy or another song or Me, Myself and I. That would have pushed her career and it would have been a whole different thing. So I really think Crazy in Love.
Jay-Z still could have been. Well, Jay-Z still could have been on the song and they could have like not been dating.
I don't think it hits the same though. You can't make a song called Crazy in Love and then we see the music video which is literally about them being a couple. I don't think you get the same thing out of it, bro.
The song was produced before Jay-Z hopped on it as a feature. That was my whole point.
Is that true? Okay, is that actually true though?
We're not doing what ifs. It was already was.
Is it actually true though? Play the song, he won't change. I'm not trying to change his mind. I'm trying to make y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Also, I don't want to play the whole song because I forgot I'm still on YouTube, by the way. So but All I'm saying is like if you take Jay-Z out of the equation, because I feel like that song is literally only because the exchange that they had as a couple, and you want to that was literally one of the biggest selling points at the time. I know that for a fact because I literally remember my cousin talking about this when I got a little bit older, and when I got a little bit older, and she was like, "Yeah, you do realize that when this song came out, like, bro, that whole marketing thing was literally because they were dating." So I was like, that's what in my head I'm like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
And it gets a 98.
That I say when I got older. So when my cousin explained it to me, that doesn't mean I was in 2003, but that's besides the point. Either way, I'm just saying, like, I remember her saying that.
Like, aren't you like pushing 30 or something? Like,
Nick, shut your bitch ass up. Anyway, that's besides the point. All I'm saying is that literally that was a selling point for why Beyonce and Jay-Z on this particular song. That's the reason why they were trying to. But the label was trying to capitalize on their relationship because it was being covered by the tabloids. So they made Crazy in Love and made the music video.
That's more of a tabloid thing, like as far as marketing goes.
But okay, so in that instance, like, right, if we're in a trajectory, right, another timeline type shit, whatever. If they take out Crazy in Love and just replace it with Me and Myself and I, it still will be. It was obviously in the actual timeline it would be different, but she still would be a crazy artist regardless. Like she would already been big ass artist. Is what I'm saying.
She was already big before. Like I don't understand.
That's what we were saying.
Bro, nobody's saying that she wasn't big before this. I said she wouldn't have the same trajectory. No, she wouldn't. It would be her entire discography minus her biggest song. That's real. That's trivial for any artist.
But you're saying that without Crazy in Love, she would not be the Beyonce that we know. That's what you're saying. That's what you were saying.
Most niggas that listen to Beyonce ever, their first introductory to Beyonce was Crazy in Love.
That's not true.
Single ladies.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's literally not true. That is not true.
That's literally true.
That is not true. That is not true.
We're going to do a survey. Look, I'm not. Both of us, we're not going to say anything. I'm gonna put an announcement up. You put an announcement up, and then we'll do a poll in the Discord.
I don't really care because I know it's not
for all the VFX ladies. What was your first Beyonce experience? Was it and for the song? We'll just see. We just gonna see.
It was Destiny's Child. It can range from a lot of things because she just comes from people. A lot of her fans literally discovered her through the Lemonade album that she came out in 2016. She had fans during her when she first debuted. She had Destiny Child. She had Irreplaceable. People got introduced to her through many means. I'm like, it doesn't like you're saying most a bulk of her artists.
We're talking about most people.
Most people, even if it was most people, it's either going to be between Destiny's Child. Because that's really where most people will say Destiny Child or Single Ladies. Yeah, exactly. Ayo have my mind.
This nigga Ayo pissing me off, bro. Because like, bro, I know the song. This one isn't Go Go, but this is the only song that sounds like this on the album. And even though it's not Go Go, guess who she says is the influencer for all the songs on the album? The Go Go DC style. Like we're not. I was about to say the artwork. I can't forget.
Okay, let me play a little bit on the album, bro. Hold on. YouTube, please don't ban me, bro. We're really having Discord on
this album. Okay, wait, hold on. That's fine. Here, I'll send the song you should play. So we gonna act like this is crazy.
Most people, my mom was a Beyonce fan, and even before I was born. All my cousins and my sisters were Beyonce's fan. They were either Destiny's Child fans or Single Lady fans. That's what I'm trying to tell him. My own mom was a Beyonce fan when she was a Destiny Child. And mind you, I'm not saying Crazy in Love was not a great song.
I used to spin this album so much in 2022 on that bullshit. Yeah, because it's one of the greatest albums of all time. But nigga, you're hitting the wrong song.
Okay,
this is the only song that sounds like this on the album. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
All right, because is this the song we're comparing to?
Yeah.
Okay. I Just Died, literally R&B, not even Go-Go. Uh-oh. Yeah, I better get that man tight, bruh. It's getting divisive now. We going on some R&B talks here, boy. This is a W video. I'm not gonna lie.
She said the sound influence for all of these, all the songs on the album was the Go-Go DC style. Whether you think it's Go-Go style or not, that's what she says the influence was.
I mean, you can't go out.
And I think, and this is the clearest one. And this was an 02.
I mean, if it plays, what the fuck? Hello? Man, I'm about to get banned off of you. Now the album that One Thing is on, you can give that argument. You probably confused. She was probably talking about the 06 one. Nigga say you are delusional.
All right, bro.
I don't even know what Go-Go is supposed to sound like.
These songs were made around the same time as well, by the way.
I don't even know what a Go-Go sound's supposed to sound like.
It's about the live drum pattern.
And you're saying, okay, I forgot what the argument was. Wait, so you're saying that whole album wasn't Go-Go is what y'all saying, right? And you saying it was?
They're tripping.
Proper tune? No, I'm asking what was the argument for this? I did ask forgot.
Why am I trying to say that this album, because it was released, the album itself was released way before like Beyonce's album.
Oh,
this was like in 2002, I think.
No,
now they want to pretend like the influence for this entire album wasn't herself, like she said, the Go-Go DC style. But as you just looked up for both songs, even the one that was a fake single for the album but was on her second album was the Go-Go DC style. Now they're disagreeing with all that shit. And I just showed another song that's exactly like that. You can't bullshit me, nigga. I know my shit, bro.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This sound like Timberland type shit. This sound like some Timberland Neptunes type shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she was on Timberland and Rich Harrison.
He keeps changing when he realizes he wrong. Uh-oh.
But they'll never say the change though. That's the crazy part. They'll never say the change.
Nothing we heard. Okay, can you send me a Go-Go song, please? So I know what I'm trying to listen to, bro. Because I don't know what a Go-Go song is, so I don't know what it's supposed to sound like.
Well, I mean, the other Go-Go song is literally Beyonce song. That's the only other like popular example.
Okay, you have to give me
I'll give you another one.
So One Thing is Go-Go. So the so is it the drums, nigga? Is it the brains, nigga? Like, you know?
Yes, it's a live drum pattern and like the rhythm pattern. That's
Go-Go.
That's the Go-Go DC styles.
Okay, Go-Go is like glorified band music. Wait, hold on. Also, you're using band instruments instead. Like, wait, what? No, don't say that. It has to be more. It has to be more than that. Because if you're saying live band interpretation,
it's not just live band instruments. It's also about like the type of rhythm. Like, you know, like trap is also like about the type of BPM.
Okay.
If you do trap with live instruments, it doesn't make
because I'll say if that's the case, and that's literally New Orleans started all that. If we're going to really be honest, but I'm glad that you clarified that because you can literally put out a Manny Fresh.
That's why I said it's a DC style.
You said, but then that's on her next album, which is why I don't know why LB is saying this album. Cunty band music. Let LB send an example. That nigga hot as hell right now. It's getting feisty.
Bro, these niggas, bro.
I'm tight. I just want to know because we already passed the Beyonce shit. I'm done over that. Now I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Big Quarter Ramsey, get off my shit, nigga. Get off my shit, nigga. Get off my shit, nigga. Are you sending me the song?
Yes, bro.
You sending me the song, sir?
Yeah.
Nah. Because you are a native.
Temu playlist. Yeah, literally, literally right here.
Hold on. Cause I need to know what this is. Cause like I'm cause I'm not really like I said, I only know one thing. I don't really recognize I don't really know her discography like that. So y'all know more than that, bro. But even still, it's like, I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of artists. Oh, okay. Hold on, let me go here. There's a lot of, this album is really good, but it's not go-go.
This is Chuck Brown. It is go-go. It's R&B and go-go.
Go-go. That's a cool name.
This is
Chuck Brown live at 9 p.m. You should check it out.
Club.
Damn, nigga, I already got a lot of shit. I already got to check out, bitch. 43 minutes.
The 9:30 Club.
You said what?
Bro, that's one of the most known go-go artists, bro.
All right. Washington, D.C.
9:30 Club is.
9:30 Club. It's the blackest thing I've ever seen.
I don't hear you.
This is like some church shit.
Yes, I do. Okay.
So is it the drum? It's the drum pattern.
Yeah, it's the drum pattern and the BPM. Like you hear how the drums sound?
Yeah.
And the swing rhythm the drums have. That's
I'm not gonna lie, this just sound like gospel music. The tom sound too.
It is in a lot of gospel, yeah.
Okay, but okay, never mind. And you're saying her whole album sounds like this, or is it influenced by this? My bad.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Oh, okay.
Like even I don't think that the song that Dale said is fully like go-go or even fully gospel. Like that's what she says. It's inspired by.
Okay, well,
you clearly see that in some of the songs.
Okay, if she says that, then I can't even you can't deny the artist if she's the one who's saying that. I ain't gonna lie, you can't really deny that. Okay, what's this? What's this? I'm not gonna lie, I have no stake in this because I don't know who this is like that for real.
It's like a fly, bro. You keep coming back with bullshit.
Damn, why is she under the cover like this? Oh, that's a music video?
Yeah.
I've already heard this song though. Oh, you want me to compare the two? Hold on, I'll just get to the. Why Kofi really disrespected? What or disappeared? Yeah, I can hear it now. I can hear the little congos and shit like that. Whatever. Yeah, this is. I can see where the go-go is. I already hear it off the bat.
Yeah. The toms are in go-go. Yeah.
I can hear it. It sounds. I can hear it.
Yeah, but she's doing this all the time, like on all three of her albums. Technically, she was just doing it specifically on the one that was in 2005.
Okay, I mean, damn, this shit about to get. All right, now I'm just lost now. So what are we actually saying here now? I'm just lost now. I'm lost now because to me this just sounds.
She said that her go-go style was an influence on her music. Period. Namely, the album that she had that came out in 2002, the one that we just listened to. Gotcha. And like the drum rhythm pattern that I shown is like a clearly visible in one of the songs that she just released in 2002, a year before Beyonce's. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh well, that's not go-go music. It's literally the exact same. And she says it's the direct influence. Not all the songs are exactly alike, but that's the influence, and you can see it. They literally had the same producer. Like the amount of like mental leaps you have to take to make this not what it actually is crazy.
And then hold on, let me pull up Crazy in Love real quick. Let me hear Crazy in Love real quick. Please don't ban me, please. I'm just listening to a snippet of it, bro. That's all, bro. Just want to hear the beat, bro.
We are cooked. This VOD is cooked, bro.
It's on YouTube. It's not. I'm not worried about Twitch. It's on YouTube, bro. Man, get Jay-Z ugly ass out of here, bro. Okay, actually, wait, hold on. Now that I think about that, ain't that part just a part in the breakdown? That one little those type of the go-go drums, ain't that just a part of the breakdown?
The beat ain't even drop yet. But yes, like this was even in the song I just listened to before. I can post the song again.
I mean, but this ain't really all like if you take the breakdown, like the breakdown was probably like, you know, I can see that, but like the whole thing, bro. Let the drums come in.
The whole thing.
Golly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, because I know exactly what part sounds like the go-go, but I'm not gonna say this whole thing is go-go though. Just based off what I'm hearing.
I would say it does. And that type of music video, what she's wearing is very interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they wear that in Houston.
No, not her red suit. Like,
no, other
rewind it a little.
Where am I looking at? This tank top?
Yeah, near the beginning of the song.
You're saying she took this.
I'm not saying anything yet. I'm like just look at how the video is shot, what she's doing and what she's wearing.
She's walking on some steps. She's dancing. She does choreography. I'm confused. This is the same choreography they did in Bills. Damn. What am I actually looking for here? I can't. I'm not trying to. I can't play this whole thing. Is this? Are you talking about this?
Hold on. Am I talking about what? Wait, your stream's loading for me. No, I ain't talking about that. Nah. I was literally talking about the beginning portion of the song.
Is it
in side chat? I know we already looked at this, but I'm gonna put it in side chat again. Just
This video was so insane as her first debut. I mean, yeah, it was. Like I said, all the marketing was for this, for those two, bro. What are we looking at this point? Yeah, I'm actually now like, I'm confused.
I put it back in side chat. I put it back in side chat.
Hold on. Why don't we fall in love? Can we just watch Chris? Man, I'm about to get out of here, bro. I done lost health points, bro. I'm out here hot as hell, bro. Okay, what am I comparing this with? The outfits?
Just watch the video, bro.
Oh my god, fucking Firefox, bro.
How's that Firefox's fault?
The first day of summer. Okay, they shot at the same place where Biggie shot his music video at, so that's good. The city of Blazia. Is she a Blasian? Oh my god, so they wear the same tank top and oh my god, a lot of women wore the same tank top and fucking jean shorts, bruh.
I didn't even say anything. That's the crazy part. I didn't even say nothing.
What year did this music video come out? Because if we're going by this, then technically J-Lo beat both of them because she shot a music video with the same tank top and jeans in 98. So like, what we doing here?
No, not with the same style of music. Not with the same producers.
It was they had the same producers too.
They did not have the same producers.
Yes, they did. They literally had J-Lo had the same producers as well.
Rich Harrison did not produce that. I know the video you're
talking
about.
Rich Harrison probably didn't produce for him, but they had the same same type of producers.
See, I didn't even say any words about. I just told you to look at it, and you're already making excuses. They should know that you guilty.
I'm not making excuses. I'm literally saying the exact. What are we talking about? Album dropped in 2002. No, I'm asking when did the music video drop for this? Because I don't actually know. I'll just look at myself. Because I know, mind you, you did already hint that you said the wardrobe. So like, I'm already looking at the wardrobe.
I said, look at what they're doing, how the video is shot, and also what they're wearing.
Well, this doesn't remind me of Crazy in Love.
Wow. So, wow.
It doesn't remind me of Crazy in Love. There's nothing Crazy in Love about this. June of 2002. Okay.
Not the fact that they're wearing a tank top. They're wearing jorts. They're also wearing the exact same heels, exact same color. Shot the exact same way, doing the exact same thing, which is the bounce walk they're doing.
Shot the exact same way is not the same. No,
the exact same go style. What, bro? Are we serious?
No, it's not shot the same way. It's literally not.
If I did this with Thriller, you would think I'm copying Thriller.
No, I wouldn't, because you're not Michael Jackson.
All right, bro.
you're not. I'm just saying.
So niggas not Michael Jackson, so they can't copy his style. Okay.
First of all, all right, first of all, you don't even see Jay. You know, there's no male figure at the beginning.
Nigga lost the plot.
No. You say
there is.
Where is there a Jay-Z ass nigga at the beginning, other than this nigga with the fucking big ass boombox?
Exactly.
The nigga in the boombox we're comparing to Jay-Z, saying,
exactly.
Hove, what?
Exactly.
Now we're actually just reaching. Bro. We're actually just reaching.
No. You answered your own question.
Oh my god. So what? That nigga didn't even say anything.
There's a nigga in the beginning, right? There's a nigga in the beginning, right?
Amiri doesn't even dance as hard as Beyonce. That was a fashion back then. That is true. That's what I'm saying. You could point a lot of women that had the same shit. They had a lot. You know what I mean? It might have been.
She danced way more than Beyonce, probably to her detriment.
Hey man,
even like her live performances.
Hey man, you know what? Let's watch some Everybody Hate Chris. That comment right there, LB. Hey, I fuck with you so heavy, bro. I fuck with you so heavy. We've been on a good rapport.
Texas, then.
We've been on a good rapport, but I have to go after that. There's no way. I love Amiri, but come on, LB. You just said she didn't
have to say anything. Look. This is fine. I didn't even have to say anything for you to answer your own questions.
You just said this woman danced more than Beyonce.
What's the problem with that?
That's actually literally a lie.
Prove me wrong.
What? So we're not. No. Let me answer. I'm gonna answer your question. No, I'm gonna answer your question. No, I'm gonna answer your question because literally, what the fuck is her whole life? Her whole life when they literally started Destiny Child in what 84 when they were on the TV show. They were literally dancing since then when they first got noticed as Destiny's Child. The whole group.
They were all dancing since they were kids. I said she danced more than them, like notably in her music, like during their career.
Every song Beyonce is dancing. Beyonce has more songs than this woman.
Okay, are you including Destiny's Child?
We don't even have to include Destiny's Child.
Okay, you might be good crazy. She definitely danced more.
I have to go, bro. LB, I love you, bro. I really do, bro. I fuck with you heavy, bro, but I can't, bro. I dead ass can't do it. I can't, bro. It's like I can't do it, bro. I can't, bro. I can't. I can't. I'm going mentally insane. I can't do this. I'm not even, bro. Look. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I can understand, right? You know what I mean? He a big Amiri fan. I'm a big Beyonce fan. You know what I'm saying? They're from our same hoods. You know what I'm saying? I love Beyonce. I feel like, objectively speaking, without even being a Beyonce fan, you cannot say that. That's literally like saying nobody dances more than Lady Gaga. I can't, bro. This shout out Texas, shout out Delaware, bro. I actually can't, bro. He's moving the goalposts. Oh man, bro. I can't, bro. I'm sorry, bro. LB, bro, I fuck with you heavy, bro. I cannot. I just can't. It's too hot for that, bro. I can't, bro. Look, I don't even like, no disrespect to Amiri, because I, you know what I'm saying? I love One Thing, you know what I mean? I literally thought that was a Beyonce song, which is kind of crazy because I'm gonna be honest, if I'm not mistaken though, didn't a lot of people think that was Beyonce and not her? So who really influenced who? I'm just saying. That's besides the point. That's besides the point, though. That's besides the point, though. Because I'm just saying. No. I'm being dead ass. Because literally, didn't people really think? Didn't people think that was a Beyonce song before they? You know what I mean? I wonder why they thought that. Because they thought it was Beyonce. They didn't know who the fuck she was. No disrespect to her. I'm just saying, like, Beyonce has so much pull. They don't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's like Drake with. You know what I mean? Took the whole style. I don't know about that, bro. And then even if she did take the style, she did it better. I said it. I'm just saying she did it better. I'm sorry, Beyonce did it better. No, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce did it better, bro. That's the OG point LB was making, but then he started saying crazy shit. Dick don't read his messages. It's not worth the dyslexia. All right, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna be honest. That argument literally made me tired. I'm gonna be real. I do like one thing more than Crazy in Love, and that's fine. If anything, I would agree with you on that. But that's about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one song you could probably say she has a better song with, but like, we act like Destiny's Child was not a part of her discography, and like she wasn't literally the one writing most of those songs. Most of her songs were literally centric around her. So if anything, she was doing singles even within a group. No TLC shit. I'm just saying, it's no disrespect to her, but it's like, come on, gang. Like, come on, bro. She doesn't need Crazy in Love is all I'm saying. She didn't need Crazy in Love. If anything, it was just a enhancement. You know what I'm saying? Amiri herself does have a great discography, but Beyonce is just bigger than music. And Bey's career is just longer and has a lot more to offer. I mean, she's literally the LeBron of music. Honestly. Is this true, bro? You can't even say Holy Glaze, bro. Beyonce's career literally started in Beyonce's career literally started in the late 80s. If we're gonna really go all the way back, her career started when she was 10 years old. MJ's the only nigga bigger than music. And I know you're saying this out of tomfoolery, but to say that Beyonce is not bigger than music, MJ doesn't even hold his record no more. North competing. All right. Paid bots. I already get hate for hating on Michael Jackson anyway, but why do we have to denigrate Beyonce? Like, she's not one of the biggest artists, not only the biggest black artists, but one of the biggest black women artists of all time. Period. What's wrong with that? Why can we not acknowledge that? I'm just confused, bro. And she just has a lot of discography. I prefer Mariah Carey. I mean, a lot of people do. But Beyonce's still better. And it's not even me being biased or nothing. It's literally just there, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Aaliyah's one of my favorite artists of all time. I honestly would pick Aaliyah over Beyonce, but Beyonce's just her. I'm sorry. What's the black and white version of Blasia? Oreo.